ونستغفره ونؤمن به ونتوكل عليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا مولانا وبارك وسلم عليه. قال الله تبارك وتعالى في القرآن المجيد والفرقان الحميد في قلوبهم مرض فزادهم الله مرضا ولهم عذاب عظيم. صدق الله مولانا العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم الأمين. My brothers in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. We must thank the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through the sadaqah and wasila of His beloved Habib Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam that has brought us together, alhamdulillah, once again to listen to those words that were bestowed upon our beloved Habib Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in his heart. And whatever he spoke, وَمَا يَنْتِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ, it was none other than the words of the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if we don't believe that, then we can't believe in the Qur'an. We can't believe that it is the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because our Nabi Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there's absolutely so many differences that stands out in between a normal person and Sarkar do Alam sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. The main thing is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala states that He has sent 124,000 Nabis and Rasuls to this earth. Every Nabi or every Rasul was given one type of mu'jiza. As Musa alayhi salam was given an asa. The Qur'an says when he took the asa, he hit it in a rock, water shot out. When he took the same asa and he hit it in the sea split. Why? This was the miracle that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had bestowed upon Hazrat Musa alayhi salatu wasalam. Hazrat Isa alayhi salatu wasalam had that power from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that when he blew into something that was dead, that dead thing came alive. Hazrat Isa alayhi salatu wasalam was given that kind of mu'jiza. He put his hand on somebody that was blind from birth, which is very difficult for that person to see. What happened? Immediately he started seeing. But look at the karam of my Nabi Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The other day I was mentioning a hadith of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam where a sahabi, Hazrat Hanif radiallahu ta'ala, who was blind from birth. And when he came to Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, he said, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, show me one dua that I can make that Allah will give my eyes back.
Subhanallah.
And he said, listen very carefully. In the end of the hadith he said, Oh Allah, through the sadaqah and wasila of your Nabi Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, give me my eyes back. The next day he woke up, he could see.
Subhanallah.
People used to come to Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, they used to wait, He said, no, come, I teach you a dua. And every single dua that he taught same like that everything you will get and everything that is there is through the sadaqah and wasila of my Nabi Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. If you don't go to that wasila there, you'll get nothing. So now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is stating in these ayats that came down in the time of where Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam had made hijrah, they went to Medina. In Makkah there were kuffar. People that didn't believe in Allah, there was no Allah, there was nothing. They believed in the stones, they believed in the idols. But when they came to the town which was built because of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, that town where the house of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam was built for him as a gift for his milad, for him coming into the dunya, a big house, a double-story house that was built only for our beloved Habib Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That on its own will tell you the greatness of my Nabi Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. So it is said now that in Madinatul Munawwara, there were people, you had different types of people from different walks of life. You will find that everybody will not agree with you. But that is their choice. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created a human being with an idol. He's an idol of mistakes, yes, but Allah has given him a brain where he can choose. Allah will put both in front of him. Look at us today. We got the Qur'an in front of us, we got the Hadith in front of us, then we got the way of the kuffar in front of us. Some people, because of the sweetness of the kuffar, the way of the kuffar, we will go towards the kuffar only. You'll find people like that. And then you'll also find people that when they listen to the Qur'an, listen to the hadith, they come to the right road and they follow on the right road because of the muhabbat of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. Now we have this misconception and this problem that is happening in this world today. You know, some people, when you love something, every certain person in their own way, they have a way of loving them, whoever it is. If you love a woman, if you like flowers, that is your way of showing your love to her. What? With flowers. If that person whom you love, if they love money, they love wealth, you will try to achieve that wealth in order to impress that person. But that is the muhabbat and the level of muhabbat. Now everybody's muhabbat, love is not on the same level. But love is that type of thing. My brothers, listen very carefully. There's a very thin line between that which is permissible and that which is not permissible, and that which creates itself into your body. Now, for example, any other type of amal or any type of action you do in your life, there's sharia maslas on it. You say you can't do this, you can't eat khanzir, you can't go to the dance club, you can't watch TV, in a sense where you are taking the sweetness of the dunya from it. You can't go to that place with this woman where your nafs will take over you. You say you cannot go to those places. What does that mean? By going to those places, it will put you towards that thing which is haram. Now, for example, love is at certain degree where Islamic Sharia does not apply. Allah. Does Islamic Sharia, Islamic law, does not apply on the height of love, on the type of love, or whatever type of love or the way that you know how to love. For example, even those things that are haram also become jaiz. Allahu Akbar. Listen very carefully what I'm saying. You know the love of Nabi Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam that the Sahaba Ikram had. Let me explain to you. You know, there's a governor who came to the Baragah of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. And he went back to his country and he says, you know, I have seen the whole world. And I've seen the people of the whole world, but I haven't seen in any way how much of respect, how much of adab the Sahaba Ikram had for our beloved Habib Muhammad Mustafa. In Sharia or Islam, does it say that you must, when you see a person, that you must stand up? No. It says that you stand up for Allah. Does Sharia say you must stand up for anyone else? Illa mashallah. But you see in your heart, you have a person that you see something in him that you love. What will you show him? Utmost respect. Because you have some type of love towards that person. And it is said that when you love somebody up to that level which Allah wants you to love them, like Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, the Sahaba Ikram loved my Nabi so much that Sharia was one side. Sharia was one side, but the muhabbat was unlimited. Subhanallah. If anyone could show me what is the extent of loving our beloved Habib Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we'll love him till then. But there is absolutely no extent. Now one Sahabi, Allahu Akbar. You know, they say that in the hadith that the Sahaba Ikram never ever let the sweat, the pasina of our Nabi Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam fall on the ground. They used to running behind him with bottles. It will fall there and use it as khushbu. What is sweat? At least your namaz will become makruh. But that became annual ibadat because they want to smell good because of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But what they used? They sweat. So what all? One day, the Sahaba Ikram were watching Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam used to do, that cupping. They used to do cupping in sunnah of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. So the blood that they took out from that body of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, he called one Sahabi, he said, "Hey Sahabi, take this and get rid of it." The Sahaba Ikram's love was to that level. Allah. The blood is haram. Jaiz. Blood.
Haram.
Food.
Haram.
Haram. Ma'ina haram. How can you say haram? Blood itself is napak. Right? So napak blood is not permissible for you to touch or to drink. But that Sahabi, because his love for those to that extent, Wallah, he took that bowl of blood, he went round the corner, then he drank it.
Subhanallah.
Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam asked him, "What did you do? It's so quick you got rid of it." He said, "Huzur, maine pee liya. I drank it." "Why you drank it?" He said, "Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, जिसका खून आपके खून से मिल जाते हैं, उसके लिए जन्नत फर्ज हो जाती है." Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam says, if that was your intention, wallah, then you will get what you asked for. But to drink the blood was haram. Ye muhabbat ka taqaza hai. In muhabbat there is no limit. In muhabbat there is no Islamic law. There's absolutely nothing that can stop you from showing your love in whichever way you can show it yourself. So Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam was shown by the Sahaba Ikram so much of respect, so much of adab. That is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how many days now? About 3-4 days, even 4-5 days now we're talking about the munafiqeen. Why? Because the munafiqeen, when we look at them, Allah, they read so much namaz, they read more namaz than you. Hadith, they read so much of namaz, they read more than you. They wear the kurta from morning till night. But wallah, it is a certain thing that when you look at their faces, wallah, that face which you look at, which hasn't got no nur kahan se aayenge? Where's the nur gonna come from? Why? Because they have that type of bughz, that jealousy, that hasad upon our beloved Habib Muhammad Mustafa. So anyone that loves you so much to that level, wallah, are you prepared to hear one word against him? What will they do? What the Sahaba did? They took out the sword. Umar Farooq used to take out the sword, same time. Ali, Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala, they loved him so much more than their own lives. That is why they say Iman is not complete until you have more love and devotion towards Nabi Mustafa sallallahu more than your own life, more than your own children, more than your own mother, your father, your children, and more than anything else that exists in this dunya. If you have so much of love, what will you do to that man? Wallah, only your muhabbat can tell me what to do. That was the ashik of mind of wisdom. That's why it's showing us now how much degree and how much low a person can drop because of not loving our beloved Habib Muhammad Mustafa. Allah doesn't do nothing else besides the durood of his beloved Habib. That's why they say you cannot find any being in this dunya that can be exactly like you. Leave his one finger. Each and every one of us has a shadow. But that Nabi of Allah who is made of Noor, Allah has absolutely no shadow in it. That way somebody will walk behind you and put his leg on top of it. Imam Shafi rahmatullah alayhi, Imam Malik rahmatullah alayhi, they used to walk in Madinah to Munawwara without even shoes. They should not walk into that gully which Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam used to use. Why? Where they put their napak leg on top of that place which Nabi Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam put his leg. Where the degree of love? And what they're telling us today. Allah give us all hidayah. Because the reality of Islam is the love of Nabi Mustafa. So Allah says, First he says that these are those people that try to bluff Allah and His Rasul. But where you can bluff Allah and His Rasul? Who can look at you and tell you what is in your heart? Allah give you that. So Allah says, فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ. In their hearts they are. فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ. In their hearts they are. Marz. Marz is an Arabic word, which means sickness. There is two ways you can look at it. But the actual meaning of this word marz, I'll explain to you now. So it says, in their hearts. In whose hearts? Those were the munafiqeen. Innal munafiqeena fi darki asfali minan nar. The place for a munafiq is that place which is even lower than a kafir in Jahannam. Lower. Because you don't know which summer when you're going to turn around against you. Which is more worse? An enemy, when you know that man is my enemy? Or the man that's standing next to you and you don't know who he is? Man is next to you, you don't know who he is. Allah give us all hidayat and clean our hearts, inshallah. So he says, in their hearts there are sickness. But Ya Allah, what kind of sickness do they have? We're looking at them, they're strong, they're doing exercise, they're eating, they're walking, they're talking. Ya Allah, what kind of marz it is? He says, Allah used the word marz, sickness, because sickness is that type of thing which will take you straight towards death. For example, a man has cancer. You take tablets and you do, what do you call it? Chemotherapy, radiation. They try to keep you longer than your lifespan is so they can make more money. So he said, when you get cancer, you say first stage, second stage, third stage, fourth stage, and when you get fifth stage or sixth stage, then only you go before that. Well, I don't know. The doctors know. But just like how a sickness is in your body, from 1 becomes 2, from 2 becomes 3, from 3 becomes 4. Not like the wives, I'm talking about sickness. So that sickness increases until it comes to that point where the sickness takes you away from the dunya, because Allah is Beniyaz, Allah is Ghafurur Rahim, Allah is not that person to inflict anything bad on you. Whether he has the power to do so or not is his story. But Allah Kabah. Allah don't take blame for anything. The blame cannot go to Allah. There must be a reason for something. There must be an answer for something. Every question has an answer. And there's also ways of asking the questions and you will get the right answer. فَاسْأَلُوا أَهْلَ الذِّكْرِ إِن كُنتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. You ask the wrong alim, you get the wrong answer. You ask the right person, you get the right answer. Neem Hakim Khatra Jan, Neem Alim Khatra Iman. Half a doctor is a danger to your life and half an alim is a danger to your iman.
Subhanallah.
So he says that these are the people who have a sickness, but this is not a body sickness. It's not a body sickness. Body sickness is something that increases on its own. But here we are talking of maradun. That kind of sickness, which is sickness with their iman, sickness with the muhabbat and the love of my Nabi Muhammadin Mustafa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, that is covering their bodies. فَزَادَهُمُ اللَّهُ اللَّهُ فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ فَزَادَهُمُ اللَّهُ مَرَضًا. And Allah increases their sickness in their bodies, that which they have already. So Allah didn't create that sickness. They have created this hasad, this jealousy inside them. They have created that munafiqat against our beloved Habib Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They were even in places in the time of Nabi alayhi salatu wasallam when people were doing this. That's why the ayat came down. To teach us. To become a Muslim, to read the kalima la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is one thing. But to act upon that which you have read and you have accepted, but mushkil ki baat. Mushkil why? Only for that person who does not have that degree or that level of love for Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam where he's supposed to have it. So Allah says when He increases that sickness in their body, that sickness which they have in their bodies, that sickness of spirituality, that sickness of advancing towards the future of going forward in your life. You see some people today, they say, I had a dream last night. Every time I have a dream tomorrow, next day I see it in front of my eyes. उससे पहले बोलने की हमें इजाजत नहीं है. Can't talk before that. But after it happened, I know it happened. I saw it before. It happened in many people's life. What is this? This is only the nur of Nabi Mustafa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam in those bodies who have accepted the love and will accept the spirituality automatically. But you don't have that. Every night you see a snake biting you. Or shark is biting you. Or lion is chasing you. But if your iman, your presence and your being and your reason for living in the dunya is under the shadow of my beloved Habib Muhammadin Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam, people say good dream. Some people say sleep. That other waqi I was telling you, where three men, one was a Muslim, one was a Jew, and one was a Christian. So they were traveling together, and they went to the first town. He asked for something to eat. Somebody gave him a bowl of halwa. This bowl of halwa is only enough for one person. So, no problem. What we'll do, we'll keep it. Whoever has the best dream, the next morning they must relate the dream. And when you tell the dream, whoever's dream is the best, we'll give the halwa to them. So they slept in the night. They woke up in the morning. They asked a Christian guy, what dream you had? Sometimes today's time people make up dreams on their own. Or may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the dream if it is a good dream to come in the future. That which has come out from them all. So he said, the Christian guy, he says, I saw Isa alayhi salam. What is better than seeing Isa alayhi salam? Huh? He said, Isa alayhi salam took me and went in the seventh heavens. You went to visit in the seventh heavens. What dream can be better than that? Allahu Akbar. Musa alayhi salam came, the Jews' dream. Tune kya dekha? So I saw what I saw. Hazrat Musa alayhi salam came, woke me up. He said, come, let's go. I take you to go and tour. We must look for Allah. What can be better than that? Look towards that person who has iman inside his heart, who had love for Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam in his heart. He said, what dream did you have now? What can be better than what we have said? He says, what can I do? I didn't see any dream though. Dekha kya? What happened to you? He said, what must I do now? Early in the morning I'm sleeping nicely. Somebody came to wake me up. When I wake up, I see my beloved Habib Muhammadin Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allahu Akbar. When I look at his wadduha chehra, that smile came in my face. My Nabi said to me, my ghulam, you're sleeping, it's time for sehri. There's a halwa that I need. So what I'm trying to say is, look at those that have the bughz, they have the hasad in their hearts for Nabi Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The dunya is very difficult for them. And life is very difficult. Why? Because they cannot show that love in ways, they don't express their love how they want to. As I mentioned to you before, that love has no boundaries when you want to express it. There is no Sharia law to tell you must go to that extent. There are things you can do which is even against the Sharia. But nobody can point at it because you are doing it out of love and there is no law to restrict you in how to show your love or how to express your love towards that person or that thing that you love. And when it comes to our beloved Habib Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam, leave the sweat, leave the blood, not even the water, a droplet of water that fell from the hands or the body of my beloved Habib Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam used to touch the ground. You see, when you make wuzu, hadith, all your small guna falls away. Some the whole day making wuzu. Some will take a wuzu cover. Some will get OCD and lucky in the diet. But it happens. Allah also gives sahab also making wuzu all the time. He says that person who does that, who has that thing inside him to show your love in a way which you and I cannot understand, that is between him and Allah. Love is a different thing. Islam is different. But when it comes to the way of life, you have to bring the two together. And the two cannot be understood if you do not have complete love first. If you have love, you make amal. You don't have love, you won't make amal. You say, we'll do it tomorrow, next day. Nabi AY0AT used to sit down and drink water. Somebody will give you water, is telling you, gulping that water. Say sunnah, say do it tomorrow, no problem. Where's the love? You see, when you love something, you will do every single thing in your life. Sometimes you will make your whole life, you will turn your whole life, you will change your whole life towards impressing that person whom you love. And what better way to impress that person whom you love than following his footsteps? May Allah give us all hidayah for that. So he says here now, that person, he has that sickness of spirituality inside him. That hasad, that ghurur, that boastfulness. And like how a normal body sickness from one thing you go to 2 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. I'm going 5, I'm not talking about 4 wives. He says 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, one sickness, then you get another sickness, you get another sickness, you get another sickness. Sometimes it's black magic, sometimes it's not. Most of the time it's not. But that is a way of how a person leaves the dunya, the world. If his amal is as such, you get cancer. If his amal is different, you get different heart attack. It depends on how you live your life. That type of sickness you get and you leave the dunya. But here Allah is talking about that nifaq inside their hearts that they had for Nabi AY0AT. There are people around him that used to be with him all the time. You say the only person who will be able to stab you behind your back is that person who's close to you. The easiest way for a person to put black magic in your food is that person who you're close to. So, you must also remember that munafiqat can be of different types and for different reasons. You can go against a person, although you are with him, because of these things that is created into your body, because of what you think and what you believe. If you believe Nabi AY0AT was everything to you, that blood flowing, the flow, you rub it in your body, you drink it. I'll drink it. The fire of hell will never touch it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us that. So Allah increases that nifaq inside their hearts. So if they have that sickness inside them which is already against Nabi AY0AT, you'll find further Allah says, فِي تُغْيَانِهِمْ يَعْمَهُونَ. Allah will give them and give them and give them. But when Allah pulls that string, Allah ke mar mein awaaz nahi. May Allah give us all hidayat for that. And He says, فِي قُلُوبِهِمْ مَرَضٌ فَزَادَهُمُ اللَّهُ مَرَضًا. Allah will increase that sickness inside them. And for only them, وَلَهُمْ, and for them, azabun, punishment. Allah, the next word will explain to you where Allah says, إِنَّ الْمُنَافِقِينَ فِي الدَّرْكِ أَسْفَلِ الْجَنَّةِ. Their place is even lower than that place which is made for those that are kuffar. But Ya Allah, there is kalama. Kalama is good about. You see, when a person reads the kalama, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah. You can put a gun to his head, he'll read it. Put a knife to him, he will read it. The wife says, I'm leaving you, will read it. Those things which he's afraid of, if they say put it in front of him, say no problem, I'll leave it. But those in their hearts who have the love of Nabi AY0AT, what do they say? Ghulestaanae Muhammad jaan dene se nahi darte. Those that are the ghulam, the servants of my Nabi, the lovers of my Nabi, they don't try to die. Ye sar kat jaye. This head will get cut. This head will be left behind. Kat jaye ya reh jaye. Koi parwah nahi. They don't worry about nothing. Why? Because asal, the reality of life is in giving your life for our beloved Habib Muhammad Mustafa. Ghulestaanae Muhammad jaan dene se nahi darte. Ye sar kat jaye ya reh jaye. Koi parwah nahi. for those that have so much, a small dot of doubt or hasad or ghurur against our beloved Habib Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Allah says, وَلَهُمْ عَذَابٌ azim. Not alim, azim. Azim is the greatest. Allahu Azam. Isme Azam. Azam is one. Azim means many. The same word. Allahu Azim. Nabi Azim. Nabi Azam. Imam Azam. Is used for the greatest. So Allah is saying, for those people that have that in their hearts, وَلَهُمْ عَذَابٌ azim, they will have the greatest of punishment. Why they are the greatest of punishment? People that went against Allah and His Rasul Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. That is why, my brothers in Islam, not for nothing we stress, love Nabi alayhi salatu wa sallam, love him so much, my brothers in Islam, that you and I cannot imagine that height of love. Because you have to love him more than that love that Allah creates in your heart for your own children. If Allah created a love, and if you love that person more than that love that Allah creates in that person's heart, imagine what height of love that is. May Allah give us that. And when you have that type of love, every single thing in your life becomes easy. That is why he says, Ad-Deenu Yusuf. And Islam is easy, Baba. Why are you making it hard for yourself? Open your heart. Open your heart and show the love for Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. Automatically everything will become easy. If you do anything with love, how easy is it? Come, you'll be working the whole day. For your girlfriend, you want to buy a bunch of roses. How quickly and how easy it is for you to do it? How quickly is it for you to go around the corner and pick up the phone and say, Islam? How do you do? Very quick, very easy. Why? Because you're doing it out of love. And that thing which you love more than anything in this world, everything becomes easy. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the understanding of the Qur'an and the hadith of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, and make us better Muslims for the future, and make us people that have so much of love, where our love becomes almost the same as what the Sahaba Ikram had for Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam. For a kafir to come and say that I will not fight against them, for I have seen the love and the adab and the respect that those that were around him had for him. So imagine that, my brother, someday he could see that these people weren't afraid to give their lives. That's what Allah is talking about. May Allah give us the himmah to do that and make us better Muslims for the future. Ma'alina ila balad mubin. Jazakumullahu khair. Amin. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. والعاقبة للمتقين والصلاة والسلام على رسول محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. يا رسول الله انظر حالنا، يا حبيب الله اسمع قالنا، إننا في بحر غم مغرق هز يدي سهل لنا أشقالنا. اللهم تقبل هذه درس حديث، درس القرآن مع جماعة المسلمين. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا مولانا وبارك وسلم عليه بفضل سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين بحق لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله صلى الله تعالى عليه وآله وصحبه وسلم.